My name's Megan Peters, and I'm with Keller Williams Platinum Partners, and I'm here with Robert Owings here at Vintage Wine Shops, and we're going to learn more about his business. Hi, Robert. How are you today?
I'm fantastic.
Thank you for sitting down with us, and why don't you tell us a little bit about your uber cute wine shop?
Well, now the cute is all my wife. I do wine, beer, and cheese. She does cute, and she's really good at cute. We opened about 15 years ago, I guess. Actually, I don't guess. I know this. At a little store right behind us. This is the third place we've been in. I mean, one of the realities of being a small business is to grow means to move.
Sure.
But now we have almost 3,000 square feet, 700 wines,
Oh, wow.
100 different champagnes and sparkling wines, a selection of ports and craft beers. Most of our craft beers are Midwestern craft.
Mm-hmm.
And then bunches and bunches of cute stuff.
Cute stuff. So we have soaps, we have candles, there's a bunch of cookbooks, and then you didn't mention you sell gourmet cheeses.
We do, yeah. We have a small selection of cheeses, because cheese is one of those things that always goes well with wine. And so it seemed like something that, it just seemed like something we needed to do.
So we're sitting on a couch in the rear, or I guess the far side of your shop. Can people buy a cheese and a bottle of wine and open it and drink it here?
I'm not licensed.
You're not licensed to do that. Okay,
no.
I just was curious because
we do a lot of seminars though, and actually, so for a small group, this is a space that we use.
Okay.
There's also a larger space further in the back that I use for larger groups. Some of my seminars attract 20, 30, 40 people, and we also do a number of fundraising wine tastings where we need a space where people can get together. Sometimes those events will take over the whole store.
Oh, do you ever close down the store then if you have something so big, or you just have a big party and if people want to come in and buy a bottle, you allow that to happen?
I'm in retail business.
Yeah.
You know, it's I have to think really hard before I close down the store for anything.
That's fair. No, absolutely. So do you ever do private events? Do people ever request a space to have like a big wine tasting? Is that common, or do you just kind of post events seasonally?
Yeah, so there are a number of different events we do. So first, the public events. Every month we'll have a themed tasting that could be anywhere from 20 wines to maybe 50 wines. Those are always a great chance to get in and taste a number of different wines side by side. It's sometimes easy after you taste a wine to say, hey, I know this, I like it, I don't like that. But when you're tasting a number of things side by side, it gets much easier to figure out not just what you like, but why you like it.
Yeah.
And that makes it a whole lot easier just to sit down and read, for instance, a restaurant wine list where you might not know anything on the list, but have pretty good confidence that you know you will like that and you won't like that. Those are the public events. Like I said, there's 13 or 14 of those that we'll do in a year. We do wine tasting fundraisers where charity might bring 50, 60, 100 people.
It's really cool.
And yeah, the point of that is people get a chance to taste a number of wines, and then a portion of everything that they buy goes back to the charity. Yeah. We do some private events. Generally, though, those are more of a social event. People want to be able to taste some wine with their friends, learn a little bit more about what's going on in the wine world. But in a lot of cases, it has more to do with being with their friends than learning more about wine.
Yeah, and before we sat down, we talked about how big these events get. You said sometimes they're 50, and you've had up to 200 people in here all tasting wine, all for the same event, and that's got to be a lot of fun, right? Like, I mean, or chaotic.
Oh no, we keep the chaos out of it.
Oh, awesome.
That's an important part of the business. But yeah, it's certainly a lot of fun. I know it's fun for us. It's fun to watch the people, and they always tell me they have a good time, and they come back to do it again.
There you
So
go.
there's a pretty good indication.
So when you're buying wine, I'm sure it's a huge process, but do you ever try to make sure that you have one of I don't want to say exclusivity because you can't control that and what other people buy, but you try to buy things that other shops around or liquor stores don't have? Is that?
Actually, I don't pay a lot of attention to what other people do, but I choose a pretty broad, eclectic selection of wines, and they cover pretty much everything interesting that's going on in the world of wine. If you're looking for that certain bottle of wine that you had 15 years ago at some restaurant in Las Vegas, I probably won't have that.
Sure. Yep.
But I will have something like it. I mean, if it's an example of something that's going on interesting in wine, I'm going to have something that fills that category.
So why should I be interested in what's going on in the world of wine?
Wine is as old as civilization. Before there was civilization, you really didn't have wine because it takes time for the vines to grow, and you can't pick up vines and move them. Wheat, at the end of the season, you take the seeds with you wherever you are. At the beginning of the next season, you can plant them, but wine is fixed. When people started drinking wine, they started settling down. But there's an interesting thing to note. Wine in each different region is unique. It is its own thing.
Because of weather, because of
the weather,
because of
the soil, because of what things happen to be around, and because of how the grapes were cultivated.
Okay.
I mean, right? Any grape, as you get a match, is different from its parents. Now, there's ways to get around the grape changing too much through propagation, but over several thousands of years, as grapes moved into different places in the world, they became wedded to the place they are.
Okay.
The other thing that's true is as you go to those places, what you'll find is that the wine and the food really go together well. When you travel, drink what the locals drink, eat what the locals eat, drink what they drink, you'll have a great time. Oh, the other thing is if you find something you really like, buy it and ship it back. It'll cost you a fortune, but people come in all the time. Yeah, I was there. I had these great wines. I figured when I get back, I'll buy some. You
not
won't
that
find
simple.
them. Yeah, no. Mostly, if you find something you like there, you better ship it back.
It's a great travel tip. I mean, like you said, it may cost, but if you want it again, you need to pay for it, right?
I travel with an empty case and I fill it up as I go and ship it back when it's full.
It's a great little travel tip.
It's the only way you'll be able to find most of these wines. But at any rate, so why should you care what's going on in the world of wine? Because as you look around the world, what you find is that there's something different in every place. And other than America, other than the New World, those things have been the way they are for hundreds and sometimes thousands of years. People have gotten really, really good at doing what they do. So you look at Napa and you've got something that's realistically, since Prohibition, less than 100 years old. But I mean, if you've gone anywhere in Europe, you're looking at buildings that might be 1,000 or 1,200 or 1,500 years old. And the same is true for the viticulture, for the wine that they grow and drink. And so if you want an understanding of what wine really could be, I mean, don't get me wrong, California, Oregon, Washington, they do some great stuff. And yet, the things that you see in Europe represent a history that we don't have.
We just can't have because we are so new. So with that being said, so tell us about how do you do your wine club memberships? How does that work in your business, and how do you allocate those kind of bottles out each month? So how does it work?
Sure, I pick all the wine. That's the way it works. No, so we have a couple of different levels of wine club membership. Our entry level is $30 a month, and we have a reserve club that's $60 a month. But for either of those, I mean, the difference between them is that the entry level, those are Tuesday night wines,
Okay.
and the reserve club, those are Saturday night wines.
Sure.
So basic difference is the quality of the wine, but the way they work is for what you're paying for the month, you're going to get 2 bottles of wine that I pick that are always worth more than what the buy-in was.
Okay.
Plus, you get a discount on all of your other wine purchases. Plus, you get free or deeply discounted admission to all of our wine tastings.
Okay.
Plus, there are discounts at all of our wine tastings that are kind of tiered based on how much you buy, but our wine club members always get the best price. So if you're drinking more than 2 bottles of wine a month, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I said we do monthly tastings.
Oh, yeah.
The tasting coming up in November, I tend not to do one in December, just because we're so busy with what's going on for the holidays.
Sure.
But we do one in early November. This year it's coming up November 11th.
Okay.
That's our champagne tasting.
Oh,
So it's more than it's champagne and sparkling wines, but there will be somewhere between 20 and 25 champagnes and sparkling wines, and a couple of other things that we think fit. So it's a great chance to think ahead to the holidays and find some sparkling wines.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Okay, well, thank you so much for sitting down with us and showing us your shop. It is a beautiful shop, and it's right downtown Arlington Heights off of Evergreen. And yeah, so thank you, Robert, and tell your wife that she does a great job with all of her product, and I can't wait to taste some of the wines that you guys picked out.
I tell her that every day.
And learn more. I feel like this is a great place where people come to have a little bit more of a broader understanding and education on wine, or why why does this taste a certain way. So I really look forward to coming to one of your tastings.
Great, look forward to seeing you.
Thank you very much.